Most people think losing their crypto means getting hacked, but the terrifying truth is that millions have lost everything simply by trusting the wrong wallet or the wrong company to hold it for them. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in frozen accounts, collapsed exchanges, and vanished private keys. And the scariest part is that most victims thought they were being careful. So let's back up and understand what's actually happening here. Because the choice between a custodial service and a self-custody wallet isn't just a technical preference. It's the difference between owning your assets and merely having a receipt that says you might. A custodial service is like handing your cash to a bank that operates in a jurisdiction you've never visited, run by a team you've never met, regulated by laws that may or may not protect you. And a self-custody wallet is like stuffing that cash under your own mattress, where only your memory and your seed phrase stand between you and total loss. The optimism around just use an exchange used to feel reasonable. These platforms had slick apps, customer support lines, and the warm illusion of institutional credibility. But then FTX happened, and Celsius happened, and Voyager happened, and suddenly that illusion evaporated faster than an altcoin in a bear market. The psychological weight of that era is real because you had everyday people, teachers, nurses, retirees, who followed the advice of influencers and self-proclaimed crypto educators, only to watch their life savings get locked behind a login screen that would never open again. Here's what history keeps trying to teach us. Custodial risk follows a cycle where confidence builds, complacency sets in, something catastrophic breaks the trust, and then everyone scrambles to understand self-custody for about 3 weeks before getting comfortable again. The community has a saying, not your keys, not your coins. And while it sounds like a bumper sticker, it is genuinely the most compressed risk assessment you will ever receive about this entire asset class. Now, let's kill some misconceptions. Because a lot of people assume self-custody is only for tech wizards and paranoid libertarians, when in reality, the tools have become so accessible that if you can remember a password and write 12 words on a piece of paper, you already qualify. The red flags to watch for in custodial services include things like no proof of reserves, offshore registration with no regulatory clarity, withdrawal limits that appear without warning, customer service that responds only in canned emails, and yield-bearing products that cannot clearly explain where the yield comes from. On the self-custody side, the danger signs are equally serious wallets with closed source code that nobody can audit, seed phrase generation that happens online or in a browser extension, companies that offer to store your recovery phrase for convenience, and any setup process that doesn't force you to verify your seed phrase before letting you send funds. The practical lesson here is not to put everything in one place, not to chase the highest APY on a platform you discovered through a sponsored post, and not to confuse a polished user interface with institutional safety process and position size matter far more than conviction. Discipline in this space looks like cold storage for anything you're not actively trading, a hardware wallet from a manufacturer whose source code is publicly available, and a written backup of your seed phrase stored somewhere that is not your phone, not your email, and not a screenshot. At the end of the day, the question isn't which option is perfect, it's which combination of habits and tools aligns with your actual risk tolerance, your technical comfort, and your willingness to be your own final line of defense. Whether you end up trusting a regulated custodian or going fully sovereign with a hardware wallet, the outcome you're preparing for is the same. To still have your assets when everyone else is scrambling. And if you want help navigating real estate investing, connecting with contractors, or finding lenders to build real-world wealth alongside your digital strategy, check out our links in the description below.